So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this lecture. Today, we are going to start the Oracle database administration session number 6 or 7, something like that, 7 or 8, I believe. So, the archive today's is the archive log mode session. So, the VMware is already open. So, what we do now, as the VMware is opened, what we'll do is we'll start with the putty session. Ours is Mumbai DC. Right. Login as Oracle. Right. Our database name is what's our database name? Anyone remember? Okay, this was the database name. I believe so. Let's go ahead and check. As the database is down, we need to start the database. This is a daily job. This is I mean, only in our lab environment. Okay, the VMware will not be shut down. VMware or the server will not be down. It will not be down in the real time. It will not be down in the real time. Okay, if it is down in the real time, all the databases will be down and everyone will sit on your head. Everyone will come and sit on your head. Okay, and that the databases are down and something like that. So as we are actually, our work is completed and we are turning off our laptops, then only we are actually turning off the VMware as well. So that's the reason we are powering off the VMware. As we our work lab environment, the practice is completed. That's the reason we are actually doing it. Okay, so whenever you start your VMware and this server, the first job that you have to do is what? The first job that you have to do is, whenever you start a new session, first ORI-NV. First is ORI-NV. Without ORI-NV, lot of people I see, they're taking a duplicate session. Okay, they're taking a duplicate session. They're logging as Oracle. They're logging as Oracle, and they're actually directly trying SQL plus command. It will say command not found. For any new session, for every new session, if the command has to work, you have to set the environment. Without setting the environment, the commands will not work. Only when you set the environment, the commands will work. Okay, so even if it is a new session, even if it is a duplicate session, even if it might be, if the session is becoming inactive, still you do a right click and restart the session and everything. Whenever you do any restarting a session is also nothing but a new session, right? It's a new session. You do any session like that, the first thing what you have to do is ORI-NV, set the environment so that it will set to the Oracle home. Then only the commands will work. That's point number 1. Okay. What about point number 2? What we have to start next? Listener, LSNR, CTL, start. Listener is started. Okay, that's the second thing. So these are the 2 mandatory steps that you have to do once your server once your server is powered on. Once your server is powered on, first start the database, then start the listener. Or else anything, listener, start the listener and then start the database. Anything will work, but both should be turned on. That is your first job number 1. Okay, fine. So how to check if the databases are turned on or not? Listen carefully. This is a day-to-day command that we use in our daily life. Day-to-day command that we use in our daily life. How to check how many databases are turned on, or how many databases are running from this server. How to check? The command is ps space hyphen ef pipe grep pmon. See, it says ICICI, which means one database is running. Do we have MX here? Yes, I believe so. MX dot space ORI-NV MX SQL plus /SDBA. This is not started. That is the reason it is not showing here. If you say ps-ef grep pmon, it is only showing you ICICI database, which means in this server, in Mumbai DC server, only ICICI database is up and running. So let me up this. Let me up this database also. Which database? The MX database. And then we will see that command. So once the MX database is also up, we will see ps-ef grep pmon. ps space -ef pipe grep pmon. See, now you see MX also here. So you don't have to, every time you don't have to log into the database and check whether the database is up or down, okay, or anything. You just give a command. This is a OS level command. This is not a database level command. This is not a database level command. This is a OS level, operating system level command, Linux command. ps space -ef pipe grep pmon. It will show you how many databases are running on your database, on your server. Sorry. So what is pmon? Pmon is a background processor. So today I'll give you one. Today I'll give you a note. Okay. So you people have to write it. Okay. So what I'm talking about is there is a document which you people have to complete, writing it on your notes. Okay, then you will understand what is this pmon and everything, the background processors, I mean to say. Okay, I'll explain you. Still we have time. I'll give you this document. So please make a note of this. Whatever the notes that is there here. Okay, whatever the note that is there here, it is very clear only. It is very clear only. If you people have any questions, not in regards to the technical. If you people don't understand the writing, then you people ask me. I'll help you. Okay, but I think everyone will understand what exactly is written here. Okay, in terms of writing, I'm talking about the spellings or something like that. Okay, but technically speaking, I'll explain you. There is a session which I have to go through, so I'll explain you about this. Okay, this is memory and everything. I'll explain you. People, I'll say send you this document. Everyone, what you have, your homework is you people have to write that. Make a notes. Prepare a notes. Okay, make a note of it in your notebook. So that you people will understand what is all this. Okay, so as I said, like the first one is pmon. Okay, pmon is a background processor which is like a process monitor, which is like a father of a family. So what is this father of a family and everything? Like I'll explain you, and don't worry, there is a separate session tomorrow. I'll take it. So in the meantime, like what I said, yeah, to check how many databases are running, up and running, how many databases are up and running in the server. The command to check is ps space -ef pipe grep pmon. Okay, so we don't have to work with MX database. So we don't need MX database to be up. Okay, we can shut down it. I'm shutting down unnecessary space or unnecessary memory waste, right? So shut down immediate. So if we have one database in our hand, that's okay. We'll work with one database. So I don't want MX database. I'm shutting down MX database. I'll only work with ICICI database and complete today's practical. Okay. So shutdown is in progress. That's okay. Shutdown is in progress. It will take care. If we now, anyways, like see some error came here. Okay, I'll not tell you what is this error and everything, but some error came here. Okay, and now I don't know whether it is shut down or not. It says something like this. Okay, it says something like this. So just then again, the same command will also help you. The same command will help you. After some time, once the database is shut down, it will disappear. Once the database is completely shut down, it will disappear. Okay, it will help you like that. So okay, now today's session, coming to the today's topic. I believe everyone are here. Okay, so what I want everyone, take 2 minutes of your time. Take 2 minutes of your time. People whoever are using iPhone or people who are using Android phone also both people have to do it and can do it. Both people can do it. What you people have to do is you people have to open the WhatsApp. Open your WhatsApp. Okay, in your phone or anywhere, I don't mind. Okay, please open your WhatsApp. Okay, for people who is having Android phones, for people who is having Android phones, select any one person, select any one person in your chat, select any one person. I mean, long press on the chat of one person, anyone on the chat, and on the top of the button there is something called archive. Just click on archive. Just click on archive. Okay, just do it and let me know. Okay, now I believe everyone has done the archiving of archiving. You people have archived the chat. Now there is something, if you go to the settings and archive whatever the archive chat is there, you can actually restore the archive chat. Can you please restore back? Can you people do a restore? Just go to the settings, or check where is this, and you can actually go and restore whatever the archived chat is there. Okay, you can actually restore them back to the original location again. I think most of you people know this, right?
Done, sir.
Done. Okay.
Yes, Sana, yes.
The entire chat is back, right? When you people restore, the complete chat is back.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
I'm correct.
Yes.
The messages and everything. Okay, let me talk to you in this language so that you people will understand now. Okay, now what we did is, just mute yourself, everyone. Mute yourself. I'm talking, right? So what we did, I'll tell you. WhatsApp is an application. Yes, WhatsApp is an application. It might be a mobile, it might be web application, it might be anything. It might be. It is an application, and your messages inside the application, your messages, the chats, whatever you're doing, the chats is the data, is the data. In the backend where your chat and everything is being stored, everything is being stored in a database. A chat, your chats, your messages, and everything is stored in a database. So what you people did now, you people did archived the chat, and you people archived the chat. And what you did after doing the archive, suddenly you people thought that, okay, you thought that, I need to restore it back. You people archived the chat, and you thinking like, okay, I have some work with this guy, so let me let me restore the chat, and then I'll see the old messages, what this person has did. I'll see all the old messages, and then I'll respond whatever, for some XYZ reason. You have restored the chat, which means there is an option to restore the chat from archive, right? So you people did on your day-to-day life, example, you only did, or practically you people did practically. So WhatsApp is an application, your messages is data, so what you did, the data, what you did with the data, you have archived the chat, you have archived the data, and you restored it back. See, you people did a very simple 2-minute job. So that is same which we are doing to which we are going to do today. Okay, so in the database what happens, first I'll tell you. In the database what happens, whatever the data that we are talking about, the live data, whatever the data that we are talking about, that will be going into, there is something called RLBC, read log buffer cache. That will go into read log buffer cache. From read log buffer cache, there will be someone called LGWS. These are all actually not mandatory for you right now. Tomorrow I'll explain you very clearly. You people have to, don't have to worry. There is something called architecture. Oracle architecture is there. In that session, you people will clearly understand what everything is. Okay. So what this is doing is, the live data, whatever the live data that you people are doing, you people did a real-time practical right now. You did a practical, right? What you people did, I'll tell you. The live data is going, and LogRider is actually writing into the log files. We have 2 log files, right? How many log files? 2 log files. Redo 1a.log and redo 2a.log. So LogRider is writing into redo 1a. LogRider is writing all the live data, whatever the chat that you are doing, the chats, The chats are being the live chats, right? Those are the live chats. Okay, the live chats, what they are doing, the live chats are actually writing into the redo 1a. The live data is writing into redo 1a.log, and redo 1a is full, completely full. What happens? Arc is the background processor. This background processor will come. This is also one background processor only. I'll explain you tomorrow about the background process and everything. So the second background processor will come. This ARC is a background processor. Now this will come into picture. When this will come? When entire redo 1a.log, this entire log file is completely full. Then when this entire log file is completely full, what this will do is it will go to this redo 1a, and it will take the entire data. It will take the entire data. It will take the entire data and move it to one, and it will generate one archive log file. It will generate one archive log file, which means the entire data is moved to archive. The entire data is moved to archive. The live data, the entire data is moved to archive. Okay, moved to archive. So archive, there will be one archive which is generated now. One archive is generated, right? So this is after moving, what happened? This is become empty. This become empty. Okay. Anyways, once it is full, it will start writing into the second redo log. We have second redo log file also. Second redo 2a.log. Will start writing into redo 2a.log. Okay, it will start writing. Who will start writing? Logwriter, LGWR will start writing into redo 2a.log. Okay, when redo 2a is also full, what happens? Again, archiver will come here, and it will take the entire data and generate second archive. Second archive. It will generate one more archive. Okay, done. This data is also moved, which means this data is also cut and paste into second archive, right? This is also completed. Then again it will start writing into 1a. This is called log switch. Log is getting switched. Redo log file is getting switched. Once this is full, archiver is taking the backup and generating one archive. Once this is full, what happens? It will switch to second. So it will start writing into second. Once this is full, what happens? It will switch again back to 1. In the meantime, archiver will cut the entire data from redo 2a, and it will generate one more archive. So when again this is full, again one more archive will be generated. Okay, once this is full. Okay, and again once this is full, one more archive will be generated. So if the database is in archive log mode, whenever any log switch is happening, when log switch will happen, I'll explain you everything in the redo log file management. You people have to, don't worry. Again, this class will come in redo log file management. Okay. So whenever this is full, the log switch will happen, right? Whenever switch is happening, what's happening? Archive, what it is doing, whatever the data is there in the previous log file, it will cut and it will generate one archive. Now, this is whatever. This is only the database, right? This is only the database. This we call it as database only. In database, some data is lost. We have lost some data. Okay. What do you mean by lost some data? Simple. You have lost your chat. You have lost your chat. You people did yourself. You people has archived your chat. Then how did you restore your chat back? The chat is not visible, right? The chat is not visible. Then how did you restore? In the same way, in the database, there will be tables, and the data will be stored inside the tables only, right? We are talking about the data, means we are talking about the data which is stored inside the database. The data is stored inside the database in the form of tables only, right? Suddenly some data is lost. Where it will be backed up automatically. As I said, this data, before writing into the tables, the data will go to the redo log buffer cache. From redo log buffer cache, logwriter will write into redo log files. All this data in the sense, this is called transaction. This transaction will be written into the redo log files, and from redo log files, archiver is taking the backup and generating archives. Whenever the log file is completely full, it will take the backup and it will generate an archive. It will cut the data from here and paste it in archives. So now assume that this is your chat. What you people did? You people archived it. You people archived it so that the chat is no more visible to you people. The chat is no more visible to you people. So what you people did? You restored the data. You restored the data back from archive. When you do a restore, what it happened? You people restored the chat back from archive, which means whenever any data is there, if the database is in archive log mode, it means your database is safe. Your database is safe. Even a minute last minute last second data also, last minute last second data also will be archived whenever this is completely full. Whenever this is completely full, which means even if we lost data, and if we have archives in our database, we can restore the data back from archives, provided database should be in archive log mode. Means only if the database is in archive log mode, then only we can do a recovery. If the data is lost, then only we can recover. If the database is in no archive log mode, the archives will not be generated, which means the data backup will not happen automatically. The data backup will not happen automatically. So only if the database is in archive log mode, whenever any log is completely full, it will switch to the second log, which means log switch will happen. Whenever any log is switching, automatically the live data will be taken as a backup, which means cut and paste into the archive. One archive will be generated. So whenever any data loss is there, we can check the archives are present. So whenever it is in archive log mode and archives are there, we can restore the data back from archives, just like you people did in your WhatsApp. Just like you people did in your WhatsApp. It's very simple. So now let's go to the practical. So everyone understood, I believe so. Everyone understood the practical that we did, and whatever the sorry.
Cycle alone repeat అవుతదా మనకి?
Yes, the cycle keeps repeating. The cycle keeps repeating like that continuously, which I will be explaining, as I told you, which I will be explaining you in redo log file management. There is a class called redo log file management. So what is it? What is a database? Tell me, what is a database? We have spoke about database, right? Database is a combination of what files? C, R, D. C, R, D. C means control file. R means redo log file. These are the redo log files, right? D means data files. Okay, so we will go in order. We'll go in order. We'll complete D. We'll complete D. Okay, not today's class. Today's class is about archive log mode. Today's class is about archive log mode. We'll complete D, which is data file management. Data file management, and there is something called table space management. Everything covers on D. Then we'll go to R, redo log file management, in which we'll cover R. And there is something called C, control file management. C, we'll complete C in control file management, in which the database management will be completed. So there is separate session for each and everything, in which I'll cover everything. You people don't worry about anything. Okay. There's something called redo log file management class is there. In that class, I'll cover all these redo log file management. There is something called data file management or table space management, which I'll complete about D. There is something called control file management, which I'll talk about C and complete the control file management. And there are lots more sessions also. There are lot more sessions to come going forward, so that you people will understand, when the days are progressing, you people understand very clearly what is happening in the database. Okay. So for time being, what you have to understand, yes, as this is a cyclic process only. Okay. So whenever what you people have to clearly think in mind is, what you have to keep in mind is only one logic here. You don't have to worry about these all things also. You people forget about everything also, whatever I told. Just only one thing you people remember. Whenever the log file is getting full, if the database in archive log mode, note very important, if the database is in archive log mode only, whenever the live data is going into redo log files, and whenever the log file is getting full, once it is full, it will switch to the second file. In the meantime, archive will actually cut the data from 1 and generates one archive. Whenever 2 is full, okay, it will cut the data from 2 and it will generate one more archive. Next, it will switch to 1. Whenever 1 is full, again one more archive. Whenever 2 is full, again one more archive. What is this 1, 2? The live data. I'm talking about live data. So what's happening in the database? The archives are generating. Which means database is in archive log mode, which means our data is safe. Okay. So till now, you people only understood, and you try to understand only that our data is safe. Why our data is safe? That is why I made you do a practical example. Archive one WhatsApp chat, which means your chat is gone. Okay. Once your chat is gone, you want to restore it back. You had clearly restored your WhatsApp chat from the archive. It's as simple as such. That is a day-to-day life example. It's very simple and clear. And the same thing happens in the database also. Okay. So whenever you have, whenever the database is in archive log mode, it means we are safe. So let's check now if the database is in archive log mode or not. The database will not be in archive log mode. You can check. Connect to SQL Plus. Okay. And what is the command to check if the database is in archive log mode or not? The command is archive log list. It's no archive log mode. The database is in no archive log mode. Okay. Archive log list is the command to check the database is in archive log mode or not. It is in no archive log mode. Now, what is our main class today? The main class is configuring the database to archive log mode. We have to how to make the database, or how to configure the database to archive log mode. How to configure the database to archive log mode. That is our main session. So let's start. Turning this archive log on. We have to make this database from no archive log to archive log. How to do it? That is today's session actually. To understand today's session, I made you people know, or I made you people to understand what is the importance of archive log. That is why I ask you people to do it. When you archive your WhatsApp, you can restore it, right? So without knowing what is archive log, even if you people do it also, that really doesn't matter. In the future classes, you people will be able to understand. That's okay. But still, I have explained you. The reason is, if you people understand and do the concept, that that will make more sense. That is the reason I actually explained you right now. So what is archive is something. Archive log mode is very important to a database. Okay. If the database is in no archive log mode, we cannot guarantee the data loss. If the database is in archive log mode, we can guarantee if any data loss is there, we can guarantee the recovery. Okay, we can guarantee the recovery. If any data loss is there, we can guarantee that recovery will happen because archive logs are present in the database. So that is why we have to keep the database in archive log mode. Now, how to keep, or how to configure the database from no archive log mode to archive log mode? How to bring it? There are some steps. Blindly follow the steps. Step number 1: database should be shut down. Okay. Shut down immediate. Right. First step is completed. Second step: make one directory in any of the file system that you want to store the archives. So I'll create one directory. I want to store the archive somewhere, right? I told you that these are the archives: archive 1, archive 2, archive 3, archive 4. They keep generating, they keep on generating. When they'll generate, whenever the log switch is happening, they keep on generating the archives. So to store these archives, there should be one location, or there should be one folder, or there should be one place where it has to store the archives, right? So let's create the directory is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that only. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a directory in which the archives should be stored. Okay, I'll go to cd/prod. Okay, I'll go to ICICI. Okay, inside ICICI, what is there? Okay, admin. I'll go to admin. Inside admin, I'll create the folder called mkdir arc. Okay, mkdir arc. I have created one directory called arc. You can check. Now arc is created. Okay. Inside arc, what is there? Nothing is there because we just created the directory. Still the database is in no archive log mode only. We have to keep the database. We have to configure the database to archive log mode. Then we will be able to see archives in this location. In which location? See prod ICICI admin arc. Admin arc. Okay. Okay. Directory creation is completed. Next, add the parameters to the existing P file. So where is our P file? $oracle_home/dbs. Here we have a P file, right? vi init ICICI.ora. This is our P file. Go to the P file, insert mode, and start giving the parameters of archive log parameters. For archive log also there will be parameters. Based on that parameter only, the archive logs will be generated. What are the parameters? Okay. log_archive_dest means you are telling the database where, in which destination the archives has to be generated. Destination. In which destination the archives should be generated. So log_archive_dest is equal to, this is the location. Prod ICICI admin arc. Here the archive should be generated. Next, log_archive_format. Format is equal to. You are also telling in which format the archives has to be generated. Like data files are in which format? .dbf. Okay. Redo log files are in which format? .log. Control file is in which format? Here .ctl. Like that. Archive should be in which format? You have to tell it. You have to tell so that it will create the archives or it will generate the archives in that format. Just like in a normal life, document is there. Microsoft Word document. Document will be in which format? .doc. Excel is in which format? .xls. Text is in which format? .txt. In the same way, in the database, data files will be .dbf, redo log files will be .log, control file will be .ctl, archive will be .arc. So you have to give that. Redo underscore %t underscore %s underscore %r .arc. Okay. Okay. So .arc is the archive format. So what are the two parameters that you have given? One, you have given the destination where to create the archives. Second, you have given format. In which format you need to generate the archives. Just save it. Okay. Yeah. This is completed. You can check. Okay. Yeah. This is completed. Step number 3 is done. We have added two database parameters. Next. Step number 4. Start the database in mount state. What is the command? Startup mount. Connect to SQL Plus. Do a startup mount. 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 Okay, mounted. Now what you have to do? You have to run the same. Check whether the database is turned back to archive log mode or not. What is the command to check? Archive log list. It is still in no archive log mode. What you did? You did mount. You did not open the database. Remember very carefully. Archive log mode can be enabled and archive log mode can be disabled only in mount state. Only in mount. What is this mount? I'll explain you. People don't have to worry. There is one more class called stages of database. Okay, there is 3 stages. When you do a startup, just give you startup, it will open the database in 3 stages. Alex, this is the second stage. Okay, startup mount. So only in the second stage, only in the mount stage, you will be able to enable or disable the archive log. Okay. So startup mount is completed. When you check archive log list, what happened when you check archive log list? It is still in no archive log mode. So what you have to do now? You have to enable the archive log mode. How to enable archive log mode? Alter database archive log. Simple, done. Now you check the same command. Now it is in archive log mode. It is back to archive log mode. And this is the location where archives will be generated. Now you open the database. Alter database. Open. Database is open. You can check whether the database is open or not. Select status from VDAL or instance. Done. Now you go to this location and check whether the archives are generated or not. Any archive is generated or not. No archives are there. Why? Because I told you when archives will be generated, only when the log is switched. Only when the log is switched. When the log will be switched, when this log file is completely full. When this log file is completely full, then only it will be switched. So, for example, assume that this log file is completely full. So it is doing a switch. What happens? Once it is switched to this file, it starts writing into this file, right? So this file, this entire file which is full, this entire file will be archived, Then only archive will be generated. Whenever the log file is completely full, it will switch. Then only one archive will be generated. So now what we'll do is we don't wait for the archive log to get switched. We'll only switch manually. How to switch manually? Alter system switch log file. We'll only switch manually. Yeah, one switch is completed. Now go and see whether the archive is generated or not. Yes, one archive is got, one archive is generated. Okay, which means we have switched this file to this file. So whatever the data is there in this file, this is automatically archived. Now you do another switch. Alter system switch log file. Now one more archive should be generated. See, one more archive got generated. 12, 13. Okay, which means from here again it switches back to this log file. In the meantime, what archive has to do? Whatever the data is there here, it has to be archived. It is already archived now. Now it is right now. Logwriter is writing here, right? Now Logwriter is writing here. If you do one more switch, again it will switch back, and one more archive will be generated. You can check. One more archive will be generated. 14. So this is a cyclic process. So whenever you have this archives present in your database. Okay. So what do you understand by the archives? Whatever the changes happening in your database, all those live changes are backed up or stored in the form of archives. You people have to blindly remember this. Whatever the data changes happening in the database are stored in the form of archives. When only if the database is in archive log mode. How to enable archive log mode? Simple 5-step process, 6-step process. Step number 1, shut down the database. Step number 2, make a directory. Step number 3, add the parameters. Step number 4, start the database in mount state. Step number 5, enable the archive log mode, alter database archive log. And then check archive log list, it will be archive log mode. Then open the database. Simple. Done. That is archive log mode enable. So now you are getting archives, right? So which means archive log mode is enabled. So the archives are getting generated. So whatever the data is there, that is going into archives. Whatever the data is present, that is going into archives. So whenever you have any data loss in the database, you can restore easily. You can restore it from the database, from the archives, just like the way you people did right now. The WhatsApp chat was archived, and if you want to restore, it is in archive log. It is already in archive log. Your WhatsApp chat is already in archive log. If you want to restore it back, just restore it back. Simple. If you feel like the data is lost and you have to restore it back, just restore it back from your archive. It is very simple, right? So that is the reason archive log mode is very, very important for a database. In real time, we use archive log mode only for production databases, maximum production databases, because they are live databases, right? They are going live. Okay, so this is about enabling archive log mode. Now, if you don't want to keep the database in archive log mode, how to disable that? Also, you people have to know it, right? How to disable? There is a simple 5-step process. Shut down immediate. Shut down immediate. Oh, fine. We'll do one thing. Done. You people don't worry. What is this and everything? Okay. There is some space issue which I'll increase. You people don't worry. Alter table space system. First, we'll go to prod slash ICICI Quora data. How many data files are there? System 011 DPF. What is there? The system, right? Alter table space. Table space name. Alter table space system and data file. Okay, people don't worry what is this and everything. Okay. Alter table space name and data file name. Space table space name. Alter table. Okay. Table space name space. Okay, so you people don't worry what is this and everything. Okay, just ignore it for now, time being. So time being, we are in the archaeolog mode class. Okay, we are in the archaeolog mode class. So we have started our database and everything is fine, right? Now we have enabled the data. We have enabled what? We have enabled the archelog mode. How to disable? First step, shut down immediate. First step, shut down immediate. Okay. Shut down immediate, and then what you do again? Startup mount. Again, you do startup mount. Mount the database. And once the database is mounted, disable the archive log. Alter database, no archive log. Simple. Disable the archive log and then alter database open. Done. You can check archive log list. It will be no archive log mode now. You can check the archive log list. Okay. Archive log list. It will be no archive log. This is how you disable. Then how to enable now? Same steps. Shut down immediate. I mean, after creating a directory and doing all these things I'm talking, all these things again, if you want to keep the database back in archelog mode, shut down immediate. Okay. After shutting down immediate, startup mount, alter database archive log. Instead of no archive, alter database archive log. Archive log. Alter database open. That's it. If you check now, it will be archive log mode. It will be in archive log. It is back to archive log. So this is how we enable and disable the archive log mode. For every time when you enable and disable the archive log mode, database shutdown is mandatory. Database shutdown is mandatory. Without shutting down the database, you cannot bring the database to mount state, and you cannot set to archive log, or you cannot set to no archive log. So whenever you are doing the archive log mode, database shutdown is mandatory, which means there is a downtime. Downtime is mandatory. If you want to enable the archive log mode, or if you want to disable the archive log mode, downtime, database downtime is mandatory. That's it. This is about today's session. So you have to enable and disable, keep practicing this archive log mode. You have to do some kind of switches and see, go to this location and see if the archives are getting generated or not. So you have to keep the database in archive log mode, so that when you keep the database in archive log mode, what happens? I told you, whatever the live data is happening or changes happening in the database are finally going to store in the form of archives, so that in case if there is any data loss, we can restore the data back from archives. That is the purpose of archive log mode. So everyone, please keep practicing. Okay. Hope everyone understood today's session. About the real-time practicals also. Whatever the things that we did real time, which has given us some good examples, I believe so. So everyone has clearly understood what I spoke in today's session. Doesn't you people understand?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, great. So as you people understood, so what we can do is like we can continue further to the next level of next sessions tomorrow. In the meantime, as I told you, I'll give you this document to everyone. Please make a note of this document, so that it will be helpful for us in the next going forward classes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
So thank you everyone.